Good morning and welcome to Sports Zone on the Power Breakfast Show. Now, GP Karting or Grand Prix Karting is the closest that you'll get to Formula One racing in Kenya. And if you're looking for something that's high speed, adrenaline thumping and heart pumping, then you need to stay tuned for today's feature on the Power Breakfast Show. GP Karting is a variation of open-wheel motorsport with small four-wheeled vehicles zooming round an exciting combination of twists and turns marked by tires on a special track. Karts vary widely in speed, and some known as superkarts can reach speeds exceeding 260 kilometers per hour. However, the go-karts we are here to see today are intended for the general public and are limited to speeds of no more than 60 kilometers per hour. Sami Mudembi is the track manager here, and he gave me some background information before allowing me on his track. Welcome to Sports Zone, and please give me a bit of a briefing.
These are go-karts. It's a very simple racing machine designed to thrill, and it only has like about 2 pedals, whereby we've got the acceleration, which is on the right, and then the brakes on the left. And then we've got the steering, we've got the petrol tank and the exhaust pipe, which you're not supposed to be holding as you are backing out the car, because once the engine starts running, it becomes very hot. In terms of getting into the karts, when you're approaching from your right, what you need to do, you just need to step with your right foot first to the double frame tube, you swing the other foot to the other side, supporting yourself onto the steering, and then you get seated. Likewise, when approaching from your left, you just step on your left foot first, swing the other foot to the other side, and then you get seated.
What is the maximum speed that these cars can get to on the track?
Basically, the karts are meant to go at an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour. But then since we got so many bends on the track, you can actually achieve a maximum of between 30 and 40 kilometers per hour.
Tell me a bit about the flags. What do the different colors mean?
We've got various kind of flags, and the most commonly used flag is the yellow flag. So the yellow flag means you slow down. Maybe a driver has actually crashed into the tires, and then the marshal on the track is trying to pull the driver onto the track. So whenever you see the yellow flag, that one is for slowing down. And then you've got the red flag, which means you come to a completely stop wherever you are on the track, and then you wait for the green flag to let you go. And then it goes to the black flag. The black flag is basically for individual driver flag, whereby being shown for drivers who are not actually following the rules, or maybe when the marshal notices you that you are not driving the cars very well, they black flag you and then give you some caution accordingly. And then you've got the checkered flag, which means that's the end of the race. You just go for your final lap and then come and park inside the pits.
Now that I have been adequately oriented, let me get into my racing gear and get onto the track. These go-karts do not have seat belts, and this is not an oversight. It was done on purpose so that nothing hinders the driver's path of escape in case of a fuel tank explosion. The other difference between a kart and a car is that the kart does not have a suspension. There are 2 types of races possible here. One can do sprints, which involves a series of short duration races that qualify for a final, with total points determining the event's overall winner. Or one can opt for an endurance race, which lasts for an extended period and is normally won by those who can show consistency, reliability and pitch strategy, which is of greater importance in this particular category rather than speed itself. Kart racing is usually used as a low-cost and relatively safe way to introduce drivers to motor racing. In fact, karting is considered the first step in any serious racer's career. It can prepare the driver for high-speed, wheel-to-wheel racing by helping develop quick reflexes, precision car control, and decision-making skills. Now, I was told that my results were out, so I sat down with Sammy again to get an evaluation of my performance so far.
Well, I saw your race time. Actually, you held 40 point something seconds. But then to begin with, I can actually say most of the guys, when they begin, they start with 40s. So they end up coming slowly break the time to 30s. The tips is just a matter of the way you're taking your corners. Because actually, if you improve onto your corners, then basically you'll find yourself going very well. Because I noticed one thing with you, you're actually skidding so much into the corners. And then the moment you skid, it slows you down. So actually, if you improve on your skidding and you're taking your corners, then actually I can see you might be in the limelight with Karting.
Now, I noticed that it's quite a strenuous sport. Are there any medical complications that I should be aware of before I step onto the track?
If you are under medication, then we can't actually let you drive. If you're in the influence of alcohol, if you're colorblind, you can't differentiate the flags. Actually, we are very strict onto that, so you can't actually let you drive under those conditions. There's some other precautions that if you actually don't follow, you'll find that maybe you can actually cause yourself some damage by not maybe listening to problems to the rules that you're being told by the race directors.
How much would it cost for me to come and try out this sport?
We got actually different prices. We've got for small kids from 5 to 8 years, we actually charge 700 shillings, 9 to 12 years, 800 shillings, 13 to 16 years, 900, and then adults 1,000 shillings, all for 10 minutes.
Who are some of the current reigning GP karting champions that we have in Kenya right now?
We used to have Chirag Soni, who had the track record, and he used to be racing for the Team Magic. But then currently now the track record, since we've actually laid the track, we've got somebody by the name, a small boy by the name Kari Mondi, who goes at Lights Academy in Karen, who has the best lap time of 34.48 seconds.
What is the future of this particular GP karting circuit, and what is the future of this sport in Kenya?
Well, the future of the sport in Kenya is actually growing up. It has actually turned up to make somebody in Mombasa having. Actually, we can say that actually the sport is actually becoming more popular than ever.
Michael Schumacher once said that all he ever learnt about racing, he learnt while driving a kart. And having tried it out, I must agree with him. And I hope the next crop of Kenyan drivers can take this sport seriously in building their racing careers. GP karting. I must say this has been an amazing sport to try out. And I certainly hope you at home have enjoyed today's feature. Remember, this is something you can try out as an individual, for a group corporate event, for staff parties, or even for team building. And believe me, you will have an amazing time. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have today on our show. So until next week, same time, on the same station, this has been Sports Zone.